Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you, and happy update. This time, first and foremost, and most importantly, we have a buff to the CZ. It's no secret to anybody that the CZ was overpowered, then was over-nerfed, making it completely pointless to use. The CZ to Valve is like the pocket they put on the front of shirts. It's already there, you can't just remove it, but for the life of you, you don't know what to do with it. We've seen a resurgence in the Tech 9 and 5.7 as alternatives to the CZ. I suggested in my previous video that I thought making the kill reward 100 instead of 300 made the weapon pretty much useless, and I didn't think anybody was going to use it. This is not what they changed back. Instead, we have a rollback of the main mechanics of the weapon, the ammo and the fire rate. So now you have the full magazine clip, you have 2 magazines per CZ, and the fire rate is back to where it used to be. So this brings back the old CZ mechanics, but is it overpowered, or now is it balanced? The reduction in damage that's still there means there's no crazy one-hit headshots with it. The weapon switch time remains, so it's not a good secondary to the AWP because of that. And we have the reduction in kill reward, making it less desirable on an eco round. That seems to cover all our bases, all the complaints of the weapon, except that the old magazine and the fire rate give it a ton of DPS. The weapon is also fairly easy to use, which lowers the skill ceiling of the game, in my opinion. I think we'll see it used once again to turn the tide during eco rounds, also making the second round armor CZ with scout after a loss give a good chance at a victory. We'll see how it affects high-level professional games going forward. Keep an eye out for CZ eco wins. We also have a slight nerf to the P250 and the P2000. They have a reduction in the number of magazines, putting them at 3 each. I'm not sure if this was an intentional thing to do to the P2000, since it pretty much gives the same mag count as the USP. I think the P2000 now has, 3 extra rounds over the USP, and the advantage of the P2000 was the extra ammo, so why switch to USP? Honestly, I don't see the magazine reduction really affecting anything. The P250 is used as a cheap eco weapon, which means if you manage to get a kill or 2 with it, you'll probably be picking up the primary of your fallen foe. It is also used as a secondary to switch to if you run out of ammo and don't have time to reload, or a secondary to the AWP. So giving it 3 mags to me doesn't seem like it will affect higher level play, but maybe at lower level play where players dispense shots like a trendy bar, maybe this will give more of an advantage to use the 5.7 or the Tech 9, for example. Next in our order of importance, we have the bug fixes, which are directly from the latest episode of Exploit Hunters, shown here on this YouTube channel. The area on Mirage where you can walk through the wall has been fixed, and a solution has been made for one-way wall bangs on Dust 2 through the arch. They're now wall bangable from both sides equally, which, in my opinion, is the best solution they could have done. They also refined the collision detection for the door at the top of mid. We talked about this one in Exploit Hunters number 2. Because of this, we know now that the developers watch this show. So say hi, guys. Hi, Valve. Thanks for making our favorite game. Keep up the good work. We've got a bunch more exploits for you. I reached out to the viewers and said we needed a bunch more. I also found a number of them myself by just running through the maps and trying everything I could. I have no life! Is this my life now? Now you may think adding goose to goose is just fluff, like a down pillow. Whoa, the jokes there got out of hand. I did that off the top of my head, I promise. But to me, this change is fairly important and exposes the positive design mentality on the part of Valve, and that is to make the game more accessible to newer players. This is what makes an esport successful. Players always call this spot Goose, and some people may not know why, and longtime players are not going to change what they call positions. This way, now that we have Goose on the wall, everybody's on the same page. We know what Goose is because it's written on the wall, literally. There it is. Shoutouts to Gooseman, forever immortalized. Not just on the wall, but also in our hearts. Finally, we get to the Chroma case, a new collection of weapon skins that, to me, look pretty good. We've seen some weapons, we've seen some whoa weapons. This one looks pretty good. I like the weapons in here, and the knives from this case also have the possibility for a number of new types of weapon finishes, which they look great. I'm sure people will love these, and will probably be fetching top dollar. The only thing I think this might affect is the current knife prices of the ones that are already around, and for the finishes that are already there. I think it will devalue them. And at the same time, though, they're adding cool stuff to the game, so adding cool stuff is cool. Why complain? Weapon skins have really opened up CSGO to a wider audience who otherwise may not have been interested. They've been used to monetize the game continually, which would get attention from the developers, and at the same time, fund esports events. What was it, like $1 million in 2014? Well, $1 million is a lot of money, guys. Don't diss the millions. And since some of you watching might be interested in them, I hope you enjoyed my footage of me wasting my money opening them. So I'm sure some of you waited till the end of the video to see if I put anything strange back here, because that seems to be a trend with the last 5 videos or so. However, this time there's nothing strange.